So guys, many Nigerians are no longer worried about the level of hardship, poverty, hunger in the land. People are rather concerned about the level of insecurity in the country. If you followed my videos yesterday, I showed you a video where Boko Haram members were displaying their weapons, saying they are ready for jihad, that they've captured a lot of weapons from the Nigerian military. Now, in case you don't know, just a few days ago, the terrorists attacked a Nigerian military camp in Poka, and just yesterday or day before yesterday, they attacked another one in Kawa. Now see how this Bryant is a guy on Twitter who captures news around the activities of these terror guys. See what he tweeted yesterday. He said he said that ISWAP has ISWAP claims responsibility for an attack against the Kawa cross military camp, Borno State, of the Nigerian army yesterday, reportedly killing 4 soldiers and injuring several others in clashes lasting 30 minutes, after which the terrorists destroyed the camp barracks along with 11 vehicles including armor. The terrorists also allegedly captured the vehicle, weapons and ammunition. This comes only a few days after ISWAP attacked against the Poka military camp in the same state. So just a few days ago, they attacked Poka, the military camp of the Nigerian military. They attacked Poka, and just yesterday they attacked Kawa. So guys, this is what we are seeing about the level of insecurity. If you've been watching my videos, you must have seen where the terrorists were displaying their weapons. They said they are well sophisticated, they are ready for jihad. They were beckoning on others to join them, that they want to establish an Islamic state. So I'm just wondering if we are taking this insecurity very seriously, the threats before us. Now, this other headline here says ISWAP claimed the attack on the Pulka Nigerian military base, stating that troops fled and there was no significant resistance, leaving the insurgents to burn 11 military vehicles, a truck and 6 motorcycles, and capture large amounts of weapons and several motorcycles as well. You see the weapons they are displaying. They say they got it from the Nigerian military, that they fled and they had to capture their vehicles. This one happened in Poka. The previous one I wrote happened in Kawa. Within the space of 1 week, these terrorists attacked 2 military camps of the Nigerian military and were able to burn vehicles, capture the ones they captured, and ammunitions and all that. So guys, the very dark man was seen in a video calling out the defense minister that when Tinubu nominated him, Nigerians rejoiced that insecurity is going to come down, as in there will be an improvement, only for us to see it getting worse in the country. And this is exactly what we are seeing. Now, if you watch the video I posted yesterday, that was where Boko Haram members were seen displaying the level of weapon, how sophisticated their weapons are, telling the world in a video in Hausa language that they are ready for jihad, calling on others to join them. And now look at the attacks on the Nigerian military. They also confessed that they got their weapons from the Nigerian military and also from Libya. So possibly after all these attacks, they take the weapons and it now becomes theirs. Now, if you can remember, sometimes in 2025, the governor of Borno State started raising alarm that Borno State was losing, grip of security because Boko Haram was gaining more ground. Now, see how Bryant wrote on that. He said last year, ISWAP launched an offensive of several months, specifically targeting Nigerian military camps in northeast Nigeria, resulting in severe losses in lives and equipment. During that period, Borno State Governor Zulum noted that Borno was losing ground. The offensives were launched during March 2025, which corresponded to the Islamic month of Ramadan. This appeared to be the start of a similar high-intensity offensive against Nigerian military installations in the northeast. He said they did it prior to the month of Ramadan, and that is what they have started doing now again, now that Ramadan is coming. Because for them, they are pleasing Allah. If they kill the soldiers, if they capture their weapons, they are doing it for their Allah. So guys, I'm just wondering if our security agencies and also the government understand the threats before Nigerians. I don't know. Now, if you follow the video I posted yesterday, I also showed you where a village in Benue State has been sacked. Now, the bishop went to take the Reverend Father away from that community because he risked being killed. Now, somebody reacted to that video saying since 2018, Fulani terrorists have been attacking that same village. Now, finally, they've succeeded. People have run away from that village now. Now, the Reverend Father and just few other people were left there. The bishop now sent truck to go and pack all his bags and luggages because he risked being killed in that place. That's to tell you that, see guys, what is happening in this country is unbearable for Christians. Now, this headline here says, Nigeria, Muslim mother, Christian pastor, his daughter and her husband wound their infant child with machete. This one happened this month, sometimes this month in Plateau State. So when you look at what is happening in this country, there's a deliberate attempt, to Islamize this country in the nearest. I mean, by the time Southern president is over, the turn of the South is over. That's after this Tinubu's government, and by God's grace, if Peter Obi takes over next presidency, then by the time another Fulani man is coming into power, I believe Nigeria will be gone. Because this guy, tell me what is giving them this level of courage and audacity to do what they are doing, and they are not stopped. Look at some of the Fulani terrorists here on motorbikes, and then they tell us that surveillance cannot see them. They come into communities like this, they hide. At night, they will come out and begin to burn down houses, executing people. The one that happened in Kwara State happened in a broad daylight. Like you can see them entering a community now. This is how they come. See them hanging guns all over them. This is how they enter communities. On their bikes, they will be unstopped. No police checkpoints, no military checkpoint. But when you go to the southeast, from here to there you see police. From there to here you see police. Now they operate freely. They move freely. And then they go into communities and begin to execute people. I don't know when we will start understanding that there is fire on the mountain. Now, this other headline here from Channels Television says suspected terrorists attack community in Borno State, the same Borno State. So guys, this is what we are saying about the level of insecurity in Nigeria. You know, we don't know the body language of the president is as if the terrorists have won. Now, the very dark man was seen in a video calling out the defense minister, telling him that, see, when Tinubu nominated you, the Nigerians were happy, Nigerians were rejoicing, but now, as in you have failed, because under you the insecurity has even worsened, and there is no proactive measure that Nigerians are seeing coming from you as to you are, as in that you are determined to fight this to the end. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this video and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.
Allah mai iko. Kawai kuna ma kamar cikin gari kuke kai ko?
Wallahi muna san su.
Duk masu makaman ne na. Ka duba ga sun damu daki da fankokin su. Hai. Allah wahi.
shiga duniya. Yodi guri na cikin mota.
Masha Allah, masha Allah. Allah mun gode maka. Allah mun gode. Ga gida nan ka gani iya ganin ka dan uwa. Umma fata alkhairi, umma sada dai dole da kaji duk daidai. Ga sunan dai. Kai, Allah wahi, Allah kenan. Ga kontina. Ga rasha ga kaji manya.
Alright, so in this video, they had 10 AK-47 assault rifles on the wall. Then on the ground, they had like 4 big machine guns with bullets everywhere. They did not hide their face, as you can see. Now, let me interpret what they were saying in Hausa. The first thing he said is, Kunge Beki de Beki. That is, you can see the black on black. He's telling us the color of the gun. Then he went on saying, oh, you can see our granules, meaning the bullets. Then he went on saying, it is now time for them to go into the world. Then he now started thanking God for the ammunition that they have. Now, this particular video, they did not hide their face because they are not scared of anything. And as you all know, these people are on TikTok, they are everywhere on social media, they don't care, they challenge the government, they talk, and they do whatever thing they say they want to do. Just a few days ago, about 2 days ago, in Kwara State, over 100 and something persons, the kidnappers displayed them. Boko Haram displayed all of them because the Kwara State government, according to Boko Haram, Kwara State government lied that it was just 30 persons that were kidnapped. So Boko Haram now claim that there are over 30, that the government is lying. So to prove that they are the ones saying the truth, they are the ones saying the truth, they brought out over 100 persons that involve women and children, and they put all these things in display. Now, this my video is to the Minister of Defense, who was the former Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa. Sir, with all due respect, I personally am one of the persons that prayed that you become the Minister of Defense. And I believe a lot of Nigerians also prayed that you become the Minister of Defense. Till today, you have not felt your impact in anything. You have just been giving us quotes upon quotes upon quotes. You have the best quotes. You know, you just say, today, the terrorists, they will feel our presence. Tomorrow you will talk. Next tomorrow they will talk. But every day, these things keep increasing. These people are growing in strength. This whole thing, let's use Kwara now as case study. In Kwara, it started with that CAC church. After the CAC church, they burnt a community down. They carried a lot of people. Even today, there was still another report from that same Kwara state. Today, Minister of Defense, to be very honest, I'm not going to lie, I'm not happy with your job. And I believe a lot of Nigerians are not happy too. Because how come? These people are not even hiding their faces. Terrorists, they celebrate, they pull guns, and you know where they don't say, no. No, know where they. Now you ask yourself a question, how do they bring this gun into the country? You are the Minister of Defense for a reason. How do they bring this gun into this country? If you ask me, I'll say they bring this thing through the sea. All those big ship, they'll just transfer and go small, and the thing will just go another place, go anchor. They'll carry those things. You tell your Navy men to walk. If not through custom, you'd be Minister of Defense for a reason. It's sickening at this point. It's sickening at this point. If nobody won't talk, man, it's now becoming like an everyday life. Very soon now, we'll turn to Iraq, I've been in Iran. Very soon, we'll turn to Libya. From Borno State now, they don't talk. Now, if you say over 500 people were died in Borno, nobody cares. Because everybody's like, Borno, they're normal thing. Then there's Benue, then there's Jos. Now, Kwara State, it don't return normal. Terrorism there, don't return to normal thing. And we get Minister of Defense. Sir, with all due respect, it's time for you to start doing something. Because to me, you're not doing anything. It can't be as if I waste my prayers and say, they carry you to Minister of Defense. But if I say, you know, they do anything. If I see, anytime I see that the Minister of Defense is talking, you will not drop one quote where go make everybody believe, say, tomorrow, all the terrorists on Nigeria don't finish. Next tomorrow, you go drop another quote where go be as if the whole terrorists for this world don't finish. You have the best quotes in the history of quotes. Work rate. Your quotes are 98%. Your work rate 2%. So I cannot do that this year now. Cannot do that this year. At least get your men together. That Kwara State, help them.
What is going on social media is very wrong. Hausa don't kill TV man. Hausa don't kill TV man. Hausa man don't kill TV man. That is what is going on. Come on. And the truth of the matter, let me clear this air. Two people are fighting between a thief man and a Adamawa person. They are the people fighting. And finally, the Adamawa person stabbed the thief guy, and the thief guy died. And both of them, two of them are Christians from the same religion, from the same faith, but all are Northerners. We are part of us. And now, the people that, even other people, even though some of them are not from the thief, hijack the matter, start killing a Northerner. You understand? Try killing the Northern community people and Muslims. They want to turn the thing to religion war. We don't want it. The thief, the Doma, the Hausas, all we are one family. The matter will die. The people that die, may their soul rest in peace. We that are alive, let's take note and hold ourselves. Peace, salam, salam alaikum. Maybe.
Oh Okay, so on our papers this morning, National Assembly, the lawmakers protest as the National Assembly okays e-transmission and manual backup. So finally, this is what they have passed. National Assembly okays e-transmission and manual backup. Now, this is on the Punch newspaper. We go to the Daily Post newspaper and have Sultan declares Wednesday, first day of Ramadan in Nigeria. That is today. We go to the Daily Trust newspaper. APC gets its way. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, yesterday leveraged on the dominance in both chambers of the National Assembly to pass the revised version of the law. So you see now why there is this rush to make sure everybody becomes APC, so that there can never be a dissenting voice in the National Assembly or among the governors or anything. So the people think one thing and the APC does theirs, or the majority does theirs. 2027 reps cave in, back Senate on Electoral Act amendment. And on the Nation newspaper, EFCC holds on to El Rufai. On the Sun newspaper, drama as Senate revisits Electoral Act to address date clash with Ramadan and Lenten period. And then on the Guardian, reps in rowdy session over Electoral Act. There are other headlines. We'll bring them to you after we join Rufai Oseni and then hear his own thoughts on the headlines this morning. Once again, welcome to the program.
All right, a couple of stories making the round. So, the last minute bickering is already on as regards the harmonization of the electoral laws. And some revelations are beginning to come out. So, take for instance, the Senate came out to lie that the telco companies said they can't transmit election results. The telco companies have come out to say that the Senate was actually lying. Chairman of Alton did come out to say that you don't need more than 2G to transmit election results. And like they stated before, over 97% of the areas in this country are covered in 2G. Even close to 100% of the areas in this country are covered by 2G. So the data that the Senate is releasing has been deemed to be false. So let us clear that once and for all. It just shows that the senators have been lying. So we call on them that they have no reason not to make IRF result justiciable and have full transmission. Because the telco company said they've invested over $1 billion on telecom infrastructure. And they have the wherewithal. And they have everything. So I think it's time to be able to tell the joint committee to do the right thing. EFCC is quizzing El Rufai over 432 billion fraud. This came as the federal government filed a 3-count charge against El Rufai over unlawful interception of phone calls. And this is even as pregnant women and children got choked up as operators of EFCC fired tear gas to disperse both pro and anti-El Rufai protesters. So, EFCC source confirmed that the government is currently with investigators. I think they held him overnight there. His other investigations over loans being obtained during his administration, which a Kaduna State House of Assembly ad hoc committee alleged were mismanaged. And reacting to the political dimension, opposition figure and former presidential spokesman Musa said Nasir El-Rufai's engagements are deliberate and desired to drag the government out of its comfort zone and force it to open confrontation. The federal government has also filed charges against him, and the investigation was on. So we'll see how the investigation pans out. It's been over 1 year since we lost 2 big patriots. I'm talking about Paike Clark and Ayo Adebanjo. These men were always a delight for television interviewers. They held the fort and they effectively analyzed the problems of the country. And they sought solutions. They will never be forgotten. 753 duplexes. I didn't get any money directly from the Emefiele. Witness talks. Prosecution witness Richard Agulu, former banker, testifying that he never got any money directly from the defendants. The witness, who was a staff of Zenith Bank but currently works at NCC, told the court that he only had interaction with Mr. Eric Ocheme, Emefiele's personal assistant. He says he never got a dime from Emefiele. He received funds through personal assistance, the witness insisted. Asked to confirm if he never saw the personal assistant, the defendant giving PA money. He said, "My lord, I have never seen that, but he passes instruction through phone calls, through a chairman for me. However, he has shown an extrajudicial statement he made on the case. I cannot see anywhere I said phone call, but I said with his instruction," the witness added. So this is as regards the over 700 homes as attributed to Emefiele. The case is still on in court. These amidst many other cases that are making the rounds. $10.2 billion fraud. EFCC witness links Kogi fund transfers to Ali Bello. The case of Kogi EFCC frauds is still on, and we're still looking at that. Vice President Shetima announces 5 billion FG support for victims of Kanu Singa Market fire. And the UK will be replacing fiscal stickers with e-visas for Nigerians from February 25. Troops have intercepted 37 million terrorist supplies in Borno, and 3 South Africans are arraigned over the killing of a Nigerian e-hailing driver in South Africa, which is a very sad one. Tinubu is giving a vote of confidence despite all that is happening to Ribadu by saying, "You are doing an excellent job as NSA, we defeat bandits." And Natasha Akpoti is protesting, Senator Natasha Akpoti is protesting that she will not be treated as a second-class citizen. There was a committee she's supposed to be part of, the Development Commission for the Northern Region, and her name was not on. She subsequently sought clarification from the committee and was informed that it was in the office of Title Zam, chairman of the committee, where she went to Zam's office and exchanged words. But Zam tried as much as possible to be able to, stop her people from recording the episode. And Zam also put out a statement to try to impugn on the integrity of Natasha Akpoti. There's been a lot of effort to silence Natasha Akpoti, but she keeps speaking up in the face of all of this. And there's a court case that will be heard very soon as regards the disqualification of political parties like the ADC and Zenith Labour Party over the fact that they didn't get the prerequisite threshold of votes in the last elections. That court case is also coming up real soon. So the court is fixing February 24 to hear the suit seeking the deregistration of ADC and 4 other political parties. US is also warning visa fraud overstayed by Nigerians may attract stricter scrutiny. Right, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on, and we need to be calling out the hypocrisy one by one. The first hypocrisy, the Kano State Governor saying that he joined APC to ensure better life for Kano residents. This was the same governor that went in an election that opposed APC when he was with Kwankwaso. When he was with Kwankwaso, he said APC is the best thing ever. And when he was with Kwankwaso, he went against APC. APC was the opposition, but today he's saying APC is the best things ever. So it just shows how funny these politicians are. and how they think about themselves alone. Now, because he's joined APC, there was a market incident that happened in Kano, the single market incident, the fire. Quickly, they've given him 5 billion. And other governors donated about 3 billion of their own money for him, at the expense of other people that still suffer. The government is so quick to dole out billions for another fellow APC state because of the fire incident. And the Ministry of Health cannot even just get 1 billion. They only got 36 million for capital projects. And while all of this is happening, what is now happening is that some people in the House of Rep are now even trying to change what they passed initially. Because what happened? There was a rowdy session today where proceedings in the House turned rowdy. Francis Ware, chairman of the House of Representative Committee on Rules and Business, moved a motion to reverse his decision on the bill which he passed on December 23rd, which is about transmission. This move was led by people like the chairman of the Committee on the Election Act, because, like I've been able to unravel, apparently the powers that be have told them that it is the Senate proviso they should go with. So what they are trying to do is that so that they can now align, so that they will do it in such a way that they will give a lacuna that if network is not there, that they can use manual. They had initially passed an electoral act that adopted a proposal mandating real-time transmission of results. The approved clause states that the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the result from each polling unit to the IRF in real time, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed form EC8 has been signed and stamped and countersigned by the candidates where they are available. Earlier this month, the Senate turned things around, and now they are trying to align with what the Senate has done, because the Senate obviously is reflecting the powers that be. You see, the shocking question all of them have not been able to answer is that will what is on the IRF, will it be justiciable? Will what is on the IRF be justiciable? Will you be able to take it to court? None of them. In fact, I spoke to Senator Neda Emaswe, and it's shocking that people like Senator Neda Emaswe that are now supporting a transmission, but let's leave a caveat that if there's no network, we should be able to use manual methods for coalition. Neda Emaswe shouldn't have been Senate president. If not, he shouldn't have even been in the Senate. He was in the APC, he couldn't get a ticket. He left to the Labour Party. And it was because of this same electronic transmission he could win elections in the first Obi wave. You know, in the first Obi wave, it was only the presidential election that had the technical bid. National Assembly election happened freely. That's why you saw that a lot of Labour Party people could get in. People benefited in Lagos, in Edo, and the likes. So you, Neda Emaswe, and you benefited from this transparency we are calling for. Today, when I'm asking them now, they are saying, we have to wait for the harmonization unit to harmonize things. You see, it speaks volumes about our political class. We don't have a political class that has integrity. It's always about their own selfish means. Jesse Jackson, pioneer U.S. civil rights activist, presidential aspirant in the 80s, has passed. Jesse Jackson has done his time. He's fought for civil rights. The statement reads that it is with profound sadness that we announce the passing of civil rights leader and founder of Rainbow Push Coalition, Honorable Reverend Jesse Jackson. His family has announced he elevated the voice of voiceless from his presidential campaigns in the 1980s to mobilizing a lot of people to register to vote, leaving an indelible mark on history. He was born October 8, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina, and was a leader in Martin Luther King's Southern Christian Leadership Conference. May God rest his soul. He has lived his life. It is for us that are remaining to speak up and do what is right. El-Rufai is still in EFCC custody. Sources are saying to spend the night in EFCC custody. They are still drilling him, still grilling him, still asking about the corruption case. But let me tell you one message I got concerning this El-Rufai corruption allegation. This person that sent this message is a former governor. And I'm going to read it out for you today. As regards those allegations, and he said, "My brother, greetings. I've watched all the arguments, but I think you should actually see the reports of the House of Assembly, and you will be convinced that it's not what the paper it is written on. It's even an irony that Obasani could accuse Nasir of corruption. Not even the so-called House of Assembly investigation accused Nasir of corruption, but of taking loans mostly from the World Bank. You cannot take World Bank loans without reason, and it will be most difficult to steal." So these are the arguments that some people are putting forward. Anyway, I'm not saying El-Rufai is a saint. Don't get me wrong. What a lot of people are saying is that, is this another attempt to stifle opposition voices? If El-Rufai was corrupt, the question I would like to ask this government is, yes, you are talking about over 400 billion. Why didn't they point this out when El-Rufai was supporting president? Let's see how all of this pans out. Like we said, National Assembly is eyeing 16th January for presidential polls. Suspends electoral bill harmonization. FG to borrow 800 billion via February bonds. Lassa FIFA kills 1, infects 2 in Kanu. Memory Bruce says Jesse Jackson, a great man. Wiretapping. I don't believe FG wants to prosecute El-Rufai. Lawyer Inibe Effiong talks. FG policy gives women opportunity to aspire in the aviation sector. And many other stories making the rounds. Goods destroyed as residents protest against northerners in rivers. We need opposition in democracy. That's what Shehu Sani is saying. Yes, when everything is fast looking like a one-party state. CBN to crack down on Naira abusers. US has frozen assets of 8 Nigerians over alleged Boko Haram membership and cybercrime. Obi knocked Tinubu over plan to pull off Aso Rock from grid and switch to solar. You see, that's a big indictment of President Tinubu. The same President Tinubu that said he will give us power. So he wants to pull off Aso Rock from grid. So we can suffer no light on the grid, but you will make Aso Rock be on solar. Just like how when people were suffering, you went to buy jets for yourself. We can't fund Ministry of Health and all of that. We went to buy jets, hundreds of millions of dollars, over $150 million. In a post on his X handle, Obi said the national grid continued to perform poorly under President Tinubu despite his promises. This was the President Tinubu that said, if we do not give you electricity, don't vote for us. Today he has gone to put Aso Rock on solar so that he will not feel the pain of Nigeria, while the grid can be collapsing on all of us. Obi quoted a statement attributed to T raised hope among Nigeria, but lamented that people are still struggling with unfulfilled promises. That's the way and the state of things in Nigeria for you. You see, so everything has now finally come home to roost. You can see when I say that the politicians are the bane of Nigeria. And it is obvious how they don't want 2027 election to be a good one because of their own selfish interests and because of the powers that be. Now, after passing electoral bill in December 2025 for real-time transmission by the House of Reps, the House of Reps has now gone ahead to change and pass what the Senate passed so that it will align. You can see the travesty these lawmakers are doing. Anyway, it's on record that the minority caucus did storm out of the House, and it shows that what we are practicing is shenanigan, not democracy. It's a total aberration. See, it will be on record that we spoke our mind about these issues. How can the House of Rep pass something in December last year, and now they're quickly going to change it to align with the Senate so that they will not need, to do anything when it comes to the coalition of the different bills passed, so that it will just be one thing that they passed, and they are leaving a proviso that if you don't have technological network, then what is going to happen is that you will use manual method, just because these people don't want democracy to thrive. And these were the people that most of them got in there because of the use of technology. Because of the use of technology. I pointed the case of Neda Maswe today. Look at most of the House of Rep. They got in there because of the use of technology. They would never be able to win elections in the first place. But you can see the shenanigan, and that's why they were singing songs of thief, thief, thief at each other. It is sad though. We all are seeing how they are destroying the democracy, how they are ruining it, how they are turning things around in this democracy. You can see it's so sad what is going on.
So guys, let me quickly take you through this reaction coming after this headline saying Nigeria, Muslims murder Christian pastor, his daughter and husband wounded their infant child with machete. Now, let me take you through this one reaction here. This reaction here says, the truth about Nigerian Muslims is worse than you think. October 11, 1991, a German evangelist named Rayabonke planned a large crusade in the northern Nigerian city of Kanu. Christians were excited about that event, and the hype was widespread. Many Muslims did not like it, and they opposed it, believing that Kano belongs to Islam and that Christians should not hold such a crusade there, fearing that Christianity was becoming too popular in Kano. Members of the so-called religion of peace then took to the streets and began rioting. Within hours, they started lynching innocent Christians, burning down homes, churches, businesses, Christian children, women, and men alike. Christians were lynched, raped, impaled, butchered, and burnt alive. This targeted violence against Christians continued for days. Many Christian families disappeared, never to be seen again. Entire Christian neighborhood became empty, with homes and businesses seized by Muslims after the owners were killed. By the time the army finally intervened and stopped the killing, hundreds of Christians were dead, thousands were injured, and hundreds of thousands have been displaced. The military government underreported the death toll as about 100 to 200. However, survivors and other accounts claim more than 500 Christians died. These acts were not carried out by terrorists. They were carried out by everyday Muslims that knew the people they were killing. The type of Muslims you call your friends. The crusade was cancelled and the victims never received any justice or compensation. Today, some of those who carried out the killings or their children can be found online proclaiming that Islam is a religion of peace and accusing others of being Islamophobic and saying there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. Don't ever let anyone massacre your people and then come online to gaslight you. So guys, this happened in 1991 during the crusade of Rayabonke. That crusade was cancelled And, you know, the northerners were not happy that a Christian evangelist was coming to the north. That stirred them up to go out and begin to kill people. Until today, Christians are still being killed. This one now is not just killing them, it's taking over their land, taking over their properties, living in their houses, renaming their communities, and then sending them to the IDP camps. And the government has no plan to bring back these people to their original communities. So guys, the current security situation in Nigeria is really so pathetic. Nigerians don't even know who to run to. People don't know who to beckon to. People don't know how we are going to come out from all this, you know. So I don't know what you make of this. I don't know what you think. Now ISWAP is gaining ground in the north. In Borno State has been a heaven for these terrorists. You know, we don't even know how we are going to come out of this. Now, this person here say, are they not aware that Ramadan is starting tomorrow? This was the last year they started their offensive during Ramadan as well. Okay, you see, during Ramadan, my provision has been placed beneath the shade of my spear. A new superpower is being born. The prophecy is unstoppable. With the level of losses in vehicles, how will Nigerian army manage to replace them? Doesn't this create a catastrophic mobility issue in the short term? Where can I find the AMAC News Agency, please? AMAC News. So guys, the problem we have in this country is that we don't see our leaders standing up to the occasion as regards to this level of insecurity we are facing. We can't wait to see a government that is very proactive. If Tinubu wants to come back for second term, can't see, even Buhari even acted before it was second term. Buhari told them to crush Boko Haram. Whether they crush or not, Buhari needed votes. So he had to behave as if he was fighting. But Tinubu is not even ready for that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.